of cheap lamps and prices and took no notice of me. About 5 o'clock they had all cut out and I was alone as I had hoped. I got out the next station. An old station master was digging into his carter and with his spade over his shoulder went up to the train, took jerks of some good and went back to his potatoes. A child of 10 received my ticket and I came out the white road that went over Brown Moor. It was a fine spring evening. The air was fresh and I felt light-hearted. I had no idea what I was to do. I just wanted to go on into this beautiful country. In a roadside plenty I got a walking stick.
It was some hours since I had anything to eat, and I was getting hungry when I came to a small house beside of the waterfall. A woman was standing by the house. When I asked her for a night's lodging, she said I was welcome to the bed in loft, and very soon she set before me a good meal of eggs, bread, and thick sweet milk. When it was getting dark, her husband came home. They asked me no questions, but I could see that they thought I was kind of the dealer, and I did my best to make them go on believing this. I spoke about the prices of horses, cows, and sheep. At o'clock, I was sleepy, and a bed in the loft received a very tired man who never opened his eyes till 5 o'clock next morning. They refused any money, and by the 6 o'clock I had breakfasted and was walking south. My idea was to return to the railway line on 2 stations farther than 1 station where I had got off the train yesterday, and then go back by train but the same way that I had traveled yesterday. I thought it was the safest way, for the police will of course suppose that I was trying all the time to go away from the London and get to Westport to escape by boat. The station when I reached it was just what I wanted. There seemed no road it from anywhere. I waited in a deep heather till I saw the smoke of an east-going train on the horizon. Then I went to the station and took a ticket for Dumfries. There was nobody in the carriage except an old shepherd and his dog. The man was asleep and drunk, and on the seat beside him on the newspaper, The Scotsman, I took it. There was much said about the Langham Place murder as it was called. The milkman had been arrested but is set free again. I read the story of the court. The police had put on the papers to make me feel safe and take me I came for.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Fredo Fredo racing to kart. And I'm not less interested in anybody else here. I'm looking for some kart racing. It's time to move it back to the kart racing is. The kart racing of use is the most North American precision racing, and I'm now having myself to the board to drive in these cars. Okay, there's gonna be first race. I'm gonna drive in on the Brand Hats Indy Grand Prix circuit. And it is a circuit very small, just a little bit 1.5 mile long to the Brand Hats Indy. It's just spectacle. It is a natural amphitheater based on the Grand Prix track, which has been the first used in some bicycle races in the 1920s, but then this is just introduction. So this is a UK race track in the England, Kent, just in the southeast on the London, the capital of the England. And here is the, of course, not the capital of England, but also capital of the Great Britain and UK in the same movement. The UK name is quite bad, but so let's use the name of Great Britain. And so the Grand Prix is gonna be the interesting Grand Prix, the Brand Hats Indy. So it was one of the very first, after the Rockingham crazes was successfully, and they used it in 2001. Now the Grand Prix is used in this circuit. The Brand Hats, which have seen a lot different racing through the years. Not only sport car and F1 are driving in the 60s and 80s, but also a motorcycle, different variation of the sport. And it's gonna be a lot. What is expected is craft. It is very slow to turn. However, it have two very kinky, and a corner in this Grand Prix track. It will be worst. What I myself to get in the scene. So there is what important having a lot of different preload and different cost and different power and different pump. All is added to making sure that the car doesn't losing it. So that's what we are saving now. Let's go to the racing. Here is my Life General 1966 car, and I'm just taking it apart. Let's take it to racing here. So the first corner, I'm getting a little bit off the air down, and then it just very skinky small corner, and after I have a sort of hit to the bottom of the track, then it's just getting a little bit high hill, and when it's on the 50 mile per hour we take it this airpin, then it's back to this, and now it's not the right side to then the left side, the cornerings we taking off they have also their origin name, but too bad I have not my hands the information of what are their real names, so I expect they are not at last happy or maggots or anything of the Silverstone Crabbix name. They have some original names, of course. Pratt Hands, like any English basic Crabbix track, usually will have some own names because they have a tradition history. But Pratt Hands is one of those tracks which really aren't do air the field, because one of the we understand, but this natural air better, there is no flat surface around this track, so it's really hard will be to set any Crabbix and airplane or a field airport to the making sure. So this is one of those English Crabbix circuit which actually doesn't have any airport at the base on the original, the sound of there. But there is we doesn't go to that a longer straightforward, was also interesting corners. Personally myself, I'm not super interested in this Crabbix circuit. It's after getting anything can get a little bit tall, and some drivers obviously like to this circuit, and to myself as after years and years and years racing different sport, it is already discipline F1, but now this is a car driving. I haven't seen my followers found that this is the most interesting Crabbix. One of the reasons I usually love the very challenge, they're very quick Crabbix circuit and longer, and distance of the not even 3 miles along the Crabbix circuit. It really doesn't have that much amount of the corners. Also, it's lacking of this something along over 1 mile straight. But usually, I love to find of the Crabbix circuit. What I usually myself I prefer. So I had a very bad accident. I have a very bad accident. Let's take it into the brain